Good morning students. Welcome to online teaching session of Academic World School, Bhimendra. Today we are going to learn about the factor theorem. In our previous sessions we have already discussed what are the polynomials and remainder theorem. Now today we will study what is factor theorem and how to factorize quadratic and cubic polynomials. Factor theorem is just the application of remainder theorem. In remainder theorem, we studied that if there is a polynomial px with a degree greater than or equal to 1 and we divide that polynomial px by a linear polynomial x minus a, then the remainder will be pa. Now, here in factor theorem, we will discuss the application of the remainder theorem. Factor theorem says that if px is a polynomial of degree n is greater than or equal to 1 and a is any real number, then x minus a is a factor of px if pa is equal to 0. What is pa? We already know pa is the remainder. If the remainder is 0, then x minus a will be factor of the polynomial px. Vice versa, if here we discuss that x minus a is a factor if remainder pa is equal to 0. The second situation says that if x minus a is a factor of px, then the remainder will be 0. So both situations are true according to factor theorem. This is just a simple application of division process. Look at here. Suppose there is a number 15, we divide this 15 by 3, 3 5s are 15, the remainder is 0. Now as this remainder is 0, we will say that this 3 is the factor of 15. Same logic we have applied here into polynomials. It says that if the remainder pa is equal to 0 on dividing this polynomial px by a linear factor x minus a, then x minus a will be factor of the polynomial px. And its reverse, if x minus a is a factor, we are already given that this is a factor, then the remainder will be 0. We will discuss some applications of this factor theorem here. First of all, first question is, examine whether x plus 2 is a factor of x cube plus 3x square plus 5x plus 6. So, we can apply the factor theorem to check whether this given factor x plus 2 is a factor of this polynomial x cube plus 3x square plus 5x plus 6 or not. So, what is the polynomial given to us? Polynomial given to us is px is equal to x cube plus 3x square plus 5x plus 6, and the linear factor which we have to check is x plus 2. It means this is equal to x minus a. Now we have to check whether this x plus 2 is a factor of this polynomial px or not. So by factor theorem we can say that if the remainder pa for this linear polynomial x plus 2 is 0, then this linear polynomial will be a factor of this polynomial px, otherwise it will not. So what is the value of x here, x plus 2? So x plus 2 is equal to 0. This implies x is equal to minus 2. We know here this x is equal to minus 2 is the value of a. So if a is equal to minus 2, then pa, the remainder pa, what will be the remainder PA? At the place of x we will write minus 2 q plus 3 into minus 2 square plus 5 into minus 2 plus 6. Solve this. Minus 2 cube is minus 8 plus minus 2 square is plus 4 into 3 is 12, 5 into minus 2 is minus 10 and plus 6. Add this. Minus 2 minus 10 is minus 18, 12 plus 6 is plus 18, minus 18 plus 18 is 0. Now we know that on dividing this polynomial px by this linear polynomial x plus 2, the remainder pa is equal to 0. So we can say as remainder pa is equal to 0, hence by factor theorem x plus 2 is a factor of polynomial px. This is the application, simple application of factor theorem. Here we are given this polynomial px, we are given the linear polynomial x plus 2, we got the value of x which is minus 2, this minus 2 is the value of a also same, we will find the remainder pa. The remainder pa is equal to 0. Now as remainder pa is equal to 0, hence by factor theorem the linear polynomial x plus 2 is a factor of polynomial x. Further, we have some other types of question like this. Find the value of k if x minus 1 is a factor of 4x cube plus 3x square minus 4x plus 1. Now in this type of questions also we can apply the factor theorem. As we are given this linear polynomial x minus 1 is the factor of this given polynomial, so obviously the remainder will be 0, and if remainder is equal to 0, then we will find the remainder pa and put the remainder pa is equal to 0 and solve it to get the value of k. So let us solve this question. Question 2. Solution. What is the polynomial px? Polynomial px is given here. I am writing 4x cube plus 3x square minus 4x plus k. This is the polynomial px. Next, the linear polynomial is x minus 1. So x minus a is given equal to x minus 1. We have to find the value of this k if this polynomial, linear polynomial x minus 1 is the factor of polynomial px. So we will say as x minus 1 is a factor of polynomial px, so by factor theorem PA must be equal to 0. Now what is the value of A? By comparison between these two, you can say here A is equal to 1. So PA will be P1, and at the place of x here we will put 1. So 4 into 1 cube plus 3 into 1 square minus 4 into 1 plus k, and this remainder will be equal to 0. So put it equal to 0 and solve it now. 1 cube is 1, 1 into 4 we will get 4 plus 3 into 1, 3 minus 4 into 1 minus 4 plus k is equal to 0. Plus 4 minus 4 is 0. Bring this 3 to the right hand side. By transposing, you will get k is equal to minus 3. So this is the value of k. The question was, if this polynomial, linear polynomial x minus 1 is the factor of this polynomial px, then find the value of k. And by factor theorem, we know that if x minus 1 is a factor of polynomial px, so remainder pa will be equal to 0. Here a is 1, we have put this value a is equal to 1 here, so pa will be equal to p1. So at the place of x, we will write here 1, and this whole value will be equal to 0, and by solving, we got k is equal to minus 3. This is one more application of factor theorem. But factor theorem is not only useful to these simple and short questions, but it is very important to factorize the quadratic and cubic polynomials. We will discuss how to factorize quadratic and cubic polynomials with the help of factor theorem. But before that, we will discuss how to factorize quadratic polynomial by a process known as factorization by splitting the middle term. So, factorization by splitting the middle term. This is our important process to factorize. Actually, in class 8th you have studied an identity that I am writing here. It is x square plus a plus b x plus ab is equal to x plus a into x plus b. This identity you have studied in class 8th, and this is the only identity that we apply here to factorize by splitting the middle term. Look at here, this is a quadratic polynomial in x, and this is the middle term. We splitted this middle term in two parts, a plus b, such that a into b is equal to this constant term, and so the factors of this quadratic polynomial will be x plus a into x plus b. Now we will apply this here to do the factorization of quadratic polynomial by splitting the middle term. We will discuss an example and understand how the simple changes in polynomials changes their factors. Look at this question, factorize by splitting the middle term. First polynomial is x square plus 5x plus 6. Second is x square minus 5x plus 6. Only one sign is changed. Here it is plus, here it is minus. Now x square minus 5x minus 6. One more sign we changed. And fourth is x square plus 5x minus 6. These four polynomials are looking similar, but actually they are different. And their factorization will be by different methods. Actually, method will be same, but their factors will be different. We will understand what is the slight difference between their factors, so that our doubts will also clear. Now, first example, we will understand this x square plus 5x plus 6. Question 3. First, we have to factorize this x square plus 5x plus 6. Now, in this example, if you compare with this identity, look here, the middle term is 5. So value of a plus b must be 5. And what is the constant term? Constant term is 6. So a into b must be 6. Now, what are the factors of 6? Which on addition, it means a plus b will give us 5. So look at all the factors of 6. Factors of 6 are plus minus 1 into plus minus 6 and plus minus 2 into plus minus 3. Plus minus I have written because these are sign of these factors. A factor may be positive or a factor may be negative also. Now, these are the only factors of this constant term 6. Now, look at here, the middle term is plus 5. Which two factors on addition will give us plus 5? Look here, 1 and 6 will never give us 5 on addition, plus 1 or minus 1. Look at 2 and 3, plus 2 and plus 3. These will be two factors which on addition will give us 5, and plus 2 and plus 3 on multiplication will give us 6. So, the value of A and B are here plus 2 and plus 3. So, factorize this x square. This 5x is splitted in two parts, 2x and 3x, and this 6 also you can split. You can write as 6 here. Okay. Now, from these two terms, we can take x common. So, x, we are left with x plus 2. From these two terms, we can take plus 3 common. So, we are left with x plus 2. Take out x plus 2 common and x plus 3. We are left with another factor. So, these are the two factors, x plus 2 and x plus 3 of this quadratic polynomial x square plus 5x plus 6. Now, look at the second example. Here the sign is changed. It is minus 5x. So, second, x square minus 5x plus 6. Look at this quadratic polynomial. Again we want to do its factorization by splitting the middle term. So, look at the factors of 6. These are the factors of 6. Now, which two factors on addition will give us minus 5? If we take 1 and 6, their addition will give us 5, plus 5. If plus 1 and plus 6 we will take, then we will get plus 7. If minus 1 and plus 6 we will get, then we will get plus 5. Here we need, that is minus 5. And those two factors on multiplication should give us 6. A into B will be the constant term, A plus B will be the middle term. So, we have to check from here. You will see that minus 1 plus 1 and minus 6. Plus 1 and minus 6 are the factors here. Here the factors will be minus 2 and minus 3. Minus 2 and minus 3 on addition will give us 5, minus 5, and minus 2 into minus 3 will give us plus 6. So, as the slight change is there, so the factors will be different. So, factorize it, x square minus 2x minus 3x plus 6. Minus 2 and minus 3 is minus 5 and this is plus 6. So, take out this x common. We are left with x minus 2, minus 3 is taken common. We are left with x minus 2, x minus 2, take out common. We are left with x minus 3. So, these are the two factors of this quadratic polynomial x minus 2 and x minus 3. We got this by the process splitting the middle term. Further, we will look at the third example. Third example is x square minus 5x minus 6. X square minus 5x minus 6. Now, the factors of 6 should give us, on addition it should give us minus 5, and on multiplication it should give us minus 6. So, look at here, those two factors will be minus 6 and plus 1. So, minus 6 into plus 1 will be minus 5, minus 6 into plus 1 will be minus 6. So, the factors here will be x square minus 6x plus x minus 6. Take out x common. So, x minus 6 plus 1 is taken common. So, x minus 6 Now x minus 6 is taken common, so x plus 1. These are the factors. If we look at these three examples, the factors are different in each case due to the change in the sign of the polynomial. If we look at the fourth example, that is x square plus 5x minus 6. X square plus 5x minus 6. Again, look at the factors of the 6, which on addition should give us plus 5x, and on multiplication it will give us minus 6. So here the factors will be x square plus 6x minus x minus 6. 6x minus x is 5x, and 6x into minus x will be minus 6x square. So factorize it further. X is taken common, so x plus 6 is left, minus 1 is taken common, so x plus 6 is left. Again x plus 6 is common, and we are left with another factor x minus 1. So x plus 6 into x minus 1. These are the two factors of this polynomial. Look at all the three examples. This is our first example, x square plus 5x plus 6. We splitted this 5x in two parts, 2x and 3x. 2x plus 3x is 5x, and 2x into 3x is 6 into x square, that is 6x square. Next, we solved it to get these factors. Factors are x plus 2 and x plus 3. Our second polynomial is x square minus 5x plus 6. We splitted this minus 5x in two parts, minus 2x and minus 3x. We multiplied both of them, minus 2 into minus 3 is plus 6. Then we solved it to get the two factors x minus 2 and x minus 3. Third, the polynomial is x square minus 5x minus 6. We splitted this minus 5x in two parts, minus 6x and plus x. Minus 6x plus x will give us minus 5x, and minus 6 into plus 1 is minus 6. We solved it to get these two factors. Next polynomial is x square plus 5x minus 6. We splitted this 5x in two parts, 6x and minus x. 6x minus x is 5x. 6 into minus 1 is minus 6. We solved it to get the factors of this polynomial as x plus 6 and x minus 1. So in all the four cases we have different factors. So remember, in this process we have to do correct factors looking at the sign of these terms, and properly what is the middle term and what is the constant term. Further, we will discuss how to do factorization using factor theorem. It is also very easy. We will take this one example to discuss how to factorize a polynomial using factor theorem. The example is y square minus 5y plus 6. Same example as we have seen in question 3. Now, in this polynomial y square minus 5y plus 6, we want to factorize it by factor theorem. Factorize by factor theorem. Now, you look at the same property here that we used earlier, x square plus a plus b x plus ab is equal to x plus a into x plus b. This property we used in earlier split the method in factorization by splitting the middle term. Look at here, this constant term has factors a and b. It means a and b, these must be the factor of this constant term. So what are the all factors of 6 here plus 6? The factors of plus 6 are plus minus 1, plus minus 2, plus minus 3 and plus minus 6. What we will do, we will take these values as value a. In factor theorem we have seen, if a polynomial px is having x minus a as a factor, then the remainder pa must be equal to 0. So if we take a as these factors 1, plus minus 1, plus minus 2, 1, all these, and the remainder pa comes equal to 0, then we can find one factor with the help of factor theorem. So look at here. Here the polynomial py is equal to y square minus 5y plus 6. If we say that a is equal to plus 1, then what will be the remainder pa? Pa will be equal to 1 square minus 5 into 1 plus 6. So that is equal to 1 plus 6, 7 minus 5, which is equal to 2. Here the remainder is not equal to 2. So we will look at another value of this a. Here a we have to choose minus 1. If a is equal to minus 1, then look at this value pa is equal to minus 1 square minus 5 into minus 1 plus 6, which is equal to minus 1 square is plus 1, minus 1 into minus 5 is plus 5 and plus 6, which is equal to 12. Here also the value of the remainder is not equal to 0, so we will not get the factor. We have to do this process until we get the remainder pa is equal to 0. So look at the another value of possible value of a, that is a is equal to plus 2. Let a is equal to plus 2, then pa will be equal to 2 square minus 5 into 2 plus 6. Solve this. 2 square is 4 minus 5 into 2 minus 10 plus 6. 4 plus 6 is 10. 10 minus 10 is 0. Here pa is equal to 0. So we can say x minus a will be a factor of this polynomial. So hence by factor theorem, y minus 2 is a factor of py, the polynomial py. Still we got only one factor. Now look, as we got 2 as a factor, we want to find one more factor here. So we will put some other values of possible values of a to get one more factor using factor theorem. So put here, if a is equal to minus 2, pa is equal to, that will be minus 2 square minus 5 into minus 2 plus 6. Minus 2 square is 4, minus 5 into minus 2 is plus 10 and plus 6, that is equal to 20. Here also the remainder is not 0, so this is not a factor. Now look at next value it is plus 3 and minus 3. We will check for that. A is equal to plus 3. If A is equal to plus 3, then the remainder BA is equal to 3 square minus 5 into 3 plus 6, which is equal to 3 square is 9 minus 5 into 3 is 15 plus 6. 9 plus 6 15, and 15 plus 15 minus 15 is equal to 0. So we got our factor which is equal to 15 minus 15 is equal to 0. As the remainder is 0, so again by factor theorem we will say hence by factor theorem y, here the value of A is 3, so y minus 3 is a factor of Py. We got this second factor also using factor theorem. So these are the two factors, y minus 2 and y minus 3. We got this using factor theorem, and this method is known as trial and error. You have already seen this is a long method because we have to try each value of possible value of A, and to find the factors. If we get the values here in fourth and fifth time, we got these two factors. But if the constant term is large, here this 6 is a small number, but it is large, suppose it is 120, then we have to check so many factors to find both of these factors. Alternatively, we have another way. First of all, we got this factor y minus 2 is a factor, then we can divide this quadratic polynomial by this one factor y minus 2, and we will get the another factor y minus 3. So we will write here both the factors that we got using factor theorem. So you will get y square minus 5y plus 6 is equal to, first factor is y minus 2 and second factor is y minus 3. Remember here this term must have coefficient as 1. Then only we will apply this factor theorem. If this is coefficient is not equal to 1, then first of all we will convert this coefficient here, the y square, this coefficient into 1. Then we will apply our factor theorem. This was the factorization of this quadratic polynomial with the help of factor theorem. Now one more topic is related here, that is the factorization of a cubic polynomial with the help of factor theorem. So we will discuss an example here, that is an example of cubic polynomial, and that is the last topic related to this factor theorem. It is factorize the cubic polynomial is x cube minus 23x square plus 142x minus 120. This is a cubic polynomial and we want to factorize it. Look at here, two terms are middle term. So if we want to factorize by splitting the middle term, then we have to split these two terms. That is a long process. What we will do, we will find one factor by factor theorem, and then we can split these middle terms also, or after finding one linear factor, we will divide this cubic polynomial by that linear factor and reduce this cubic polynomial into quadratic polynomial, and then we will factorize that quadratic polynomial with the help of splitting the middle term. Look at here, this polynomial px is equal to x cube minus 23x square plus 142x minus 120. I have already told that factors of this polynomial will be from this constant term. So what are the factors of this constant term? Factors of minus 120 are plus minus 1, plus minus 2, plus minus 3 and so on. So take these values as A and find the remainder PA. If the remainder PA is equal to 0, then we will get a linear factor of this cubic polynomial by factor theorem. So if A is equal to 1, then what will be the remainder PA? It is 1 cube minus 23 into 1 square plus 142 into 1 minus 120. Solve it. 1 cube is 1 minus 23 plus 142 minus 120. That is equal to 142 plus 1 is 143 minus 23 minus 120 is minus 143, that is equal to 0. So the remainder is equal to 0. So we will say by factor theorem value of A is 1. So by factor theorem x minus 1 is a factor of Px, this polynomial Px. Now we can find another factors by splitting the middle term also. Look at here, one factor is x minus 1. This polynomial is x cube minus 23x square plus 142x minus 120. Obviously we will get one factor is x minus 1. So try to find this x minus 1 by splitting these terms. So look at here, x cube minus, from x cube we will get x, here we must get 1. To get 1 we should write here x square. So this is minus x square. So from minus 23x square minus x square we have separated. So we are left with minus 22x square. Next, from 142x, if we want to find x minus 1, so minus 22x square minus 22 will take common. So here also we should get 1 by taking 22 common. So the 142x will be splitted into 22x. Look at here, x square is taken common, so x minus 1 will be left. Minus 22x is taken common from these two, so x minus 1 will be left, and 142x, 22x is separated, and another factor will be 120x and minus 120. Look at here, these two terms, these are splitted here in this manner. Minus 23x square is splitted into minus x square minus 22x square, and 142x is splitted into 22x and 120x. As we know, x minus 1 is a factor. So we will make groups here, these two, and these two. From here we will get x minus 1, a common factor. So take out x square taken common. So x minus 1 is left. Minus 22x is taken common. So x minus 1 is left. Plus 120 is taken common. So x minus 1 is left. Now from these three terms we will take x minus 1 common. We are left with x square minus 22x plus 120. Now factorize this using middle term, splitting the middle term, x minus 1 into x square. The factors will be minus 12x minus 10x plus 120. Further, do the factorization. X minus 1 taken common, x minus 12 minus 10 is taken common, x minus 12, x minus 1 into x minus 12 and x minus 10. These are the three factors of this cubic polynomial. So this is the factorization of cubic polynomial with the help of factor theorem. First of all, we got one factor using factor theorem. This x minus 1 is a factor of px, as the remainder pa is equal to 0. We got one factor, then we splitted the polynomials, the middle terms of the polynomial, so that we can get x minus 1 common from these three pairs. Now x minus 1 is taken common, so this cubic polynomial is reduced into quadratic polynomial, and we again factorize this quadratic polynomial by splitting the middle term to get our three factors. So today we have discussed what is factor theorem and factorization by splitting the middle term. We have discussed for examples. Next was the topic factorization of quadratic and cubic polynomials by factor theorem. So that also we discussed, and some examples we have seen. These all the assignments for related to this topic are uploaded on your ERP. Please download it and submit after solving it properly. Thank you.